Opposed, same sign. And we have an agenda. Next item on that agenda is to the minutes from our last meeting, January 23rd. Trying to remember back now, this wasn't the one that had a few of the morning budget reviews left off. That was from the Tuesday meeting. Yeah. Motion to approve the minutes from the board. Support from Helmers. Any further discussion concerning January 23rd's minutes? Not. All those in favor of approval signify with aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. And the next item on the agenda is what has primarily drawn us here today. We have appoint county auditor.
Should be running that.
We've done our legal.
I make a motion to appoint.
I support that. We can state the name in the motion, or can we have the motion?
No, Dan Silver.
We have a motion for Mr. Jones, support Mr. Helmers. I certainly support that.
I do too.
Good choice. Do we have any further discussion or comments? As much as I hated to see our last one go, I think we're left in good hands here, or capable hands, so. Without any further comments, I would take a motion, or we have the motion, I would call a vote. All those in favor of approving the motion signify with aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Unanimously, we've appointed Rochelle and Silbert. Congratulations.
I want to thank the board. Thank for your support and appreciate it. And I have big shoes to fill, but I will do my best to do as good as what she did. And if I don't know the answers right away, I'll make sure I get them and learn the process. So thank you. I just appreciate everything she's done. I really miss her. So thank you.
We all did.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
And then I think I have to keep one in, she said.
Okay.
To be over.
That has to be done at the meeting, but I bet the press would like that. You just state that.
Whatever you think I should do.
You run that office now.
I think you're supposed to give it to me, she said. You're supposed to read it to me.
You just state it.
I, Rochelle Van Tilburg, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa, and that I will faithfully and impartially, to the best of my ability, discharge all the duties of the office of County Auditor in Osceola County as now and hereafter required by law.
Thank you. We did a statewide supervisor meeting yesterday too, and I asked Christy Harshbarger with ISAC about having me on the day. She said, you know what, I never taught that or later language. It's probably best and safest that you do it today. And I don't know, I have to look into it a little further. So, that's why I did it the cautionary way. Next item is a flex benefit loan, and as I understand this, as soon as the year starts, those that participate in flex are eligible to withdraw all that they would contribute into throughout the year. But obviously that money's not there until much later in the year. So in the past we have approved a loan to support that until those flexible contributions are made over the year.
She has to pay us back by June 30, and then she needs it again. We might have to do it again after July, and then she'll have to pay us back by December.
So this will be for the remainder of this fiscal year.
Yep. And she said she needs $2,500. She thought to get through.
$2,500. Do we have anyone who would make a motion to?
I'd make that motion.
Mr. Board started the comment before you, so I'll take his motion. Will you support that, Ed?
I will support
I
that.
have a motion and support to approve flex loan, benefit loan to, in the tune of $2,500 for the rest of this fiscal year. Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. That has been approved. And we have a budget amendment public hearing date for consideration.
I think if we wait till the 12th, we'll be fine, they'll give us another more time.
March 12th.
Yeah, we can get into them, that works for everybody.
Recommendation to have a public hearing for the budget amendment on March 12th.
Make that motion.
Mr. Schulte makes a motion to set that date. Mr. Helmer offers support.
Do we have to put a time limit to it, or?
Ma'am?
Times 9. Or do you wanna do it, the department heads that day, so you do like 9:15 maybe? I think that's what the rest of it.
Okay. The motion would be that we would set a public hearing date for March 12th at 9:15 for the budget amendment. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Next item is a budget of the 1920 budget public hearing date. Pardon me.
It has to be the 12th, that's the last day that we can, because we have to have it in by the 15th of March, so the 12th would be the latest that we can.
Next year's proposed budget, it's recommended not to have it any later than the 12th of March, which would mean that we're gonna need to be pretty finalized by the 15th of this month, this month, correct?
I would need it in the
The
paper,
21st.
I need the paper on the 27th, so by the 19th meeting or whatever, the head's
Okay.
gonna be
If
finalized.
we meet on the 19th, we could address it then as well, but
It'll just be the paper by that Friday.
just to be aware of how that would be affected. So would we set a 9:30 time for that one? Mr. Helmers makes a motion to identify March 12th at 9:30 as the time for next year's budget public hearing. We have support from Mr. Moore. Any further discussion or comments? All those in favor of setting the public hearing for the 19 and 20 budget, signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. And we would have opportunity to further review budgets for 19 and 20. I did speak with Ed after our meeting last Thursday by call-in. The region voted to use a $15 per capita rate for the mental health region for next year. I had made a motion in line with what we had talked about, identifying, I think it was about a $4.86 levy to really apply with the 25% ending fund requirement. That was voted down 3-2. I sent out the email too, I guess. So the 15 did pass. I did not vote for that. I guess at that point, if we're not abiding by the 25, looking at what the region needs to fund it going forward, we're gonna need the 30-30 or 30-38, whatever our max is. So at that point, I would have personally favored just doing what we need to make the region as sustainable as long as possible, is why I voted against that. But it did pass, so we would need to utilize a $15 per capita levy, or whatever that rate for the levy. I would encourage us to use that as I read the bylaws, and if we were to be contrary or not to go along with it, I think we could ultimately lose our voting rights at the regional level and just other aspects. I don't personally think that it would be worth fighting against it further. We made our case, it was understood, it's just not the way that it was supposed to go.
Nice thing about boards, doesn't always get your way.
So these printouts do reflect that
Yeah.
decision having been made.
Their per capita was 6,000,
yesterday also the statewide supervisors meeting, there was a fair amount of talk from the DHS director as well as the legislature, and the governor's budget governor's address did address that ending fund probably needs to be removed. It's just not workable. I personally think it's a day late, $1 short, because we're considering the very budget that applies to, and they haven't acted on it yet.
Yes, I took the $15 for the per capita, $6,064, and that comes up to that $90,960.
And the board said in the past, the regional board had talked about, let's work towards being closer to that ending fund balance, and then slowly move back up to where we'll have to be, rather than these big waves. And so they're being consistent with that initial approach. That would be the main change that I kind of part in, is what would need to be discussed, otherwise.
I made all the changes to the budgets you guys talked about, and then I added the work comp to the rural basic fund for those 2 deputies. And what I did was, and I talked to Bill Pearson, he said to divide what work comp, what premiums we paid this time per employee, and then I took that times the 2 and then added a little bit because the deputies are gonna be more than, so it's like $4,000 is what I added to work comp in the rural basic. And then the 3 that are paid out of jail, that's all paid out of general supplemental, we were good there, so we didn't have to up that at all.
That seemed consistent with what you were hoping to see, Ed?
Yep. Yeah, it does.
And then the hotel motel, that fund that we pay, I don't know what because Barb said you're taking $9,000 out for the museums, and then the pool gets paid out of that. So then we upped it to $14,000 instead of $10,000, if that's okay, to pay for the $9,000 for the libraries, and then the $4,000 or $5,000 for the pool.
We have some accumulated, and that
Yeah.
could be used.
Yeah.
I think otherwise, if that half doesn't cover it, we just want to make sure that half supports that first,
Right.
before you use the other half of the rural, or the.
And then the general basic, we upped the one that comes from the actual fund, the hotel motel fund.
That's how I would remember it, understand that it was.
Does that make sense? Because now we can change it, but that's what,
Sounds good.
and then just the mental health, and then the fund balances. I'll send this to you, I'll send you a fund balance sheet, and then I printed out the levies, what they currently are, and then what we propose, if nothing changes for next fiscal, I'll email those to you.
Okay.
Okay.
And then here's the fund balances, and then we should have the fund balances, and then here's this is this current fiscal year, that's what the rates are now, the levy rates, and then this one is what proposed, if everything stays the same. This went up, the rates went up a little bit.
Talking the general supplemental stays at the 1.5 is the.
Yeah.
I suppose
Just that county services went up a little bit, yeah. And then the rural basic, up that 10%. I think unified law went down just a little bit. Went down just a little bit from last year to this year, or for next fiscal year, I should say.
balance sheet's always taking me a minute to refigure what we're doing next.
Well, if you go down, like for general basic, that restricted of $114,000, that's that jail stay, that can only be used for repairs and stuff at the jail. The unspent, unassigned, that $1,330,000, that's what's actually left in the general basic fund. Yeah, that's what you got. That makes sense. general basic right here. It says restricted at $114,982, we can't touch that, that's just for jail.
Yeah.
And then the 1,000,003, that's what we actually have in general basic fund. No, I didn't do it yet, because I will, I didn't know what you guys wanted me to do, so I didn't know whether, what, if you want me to make print out all the changes that you can do.
You're usually ahead of me, so I just gave you that surprise, just checking.
All the ones look pretty good.
As I go through this, I'll probably stop and visit with
Yeah,
you.
that's fine.
Because I'm sure I'll have a question or two. Be right back. We'll make some copies.
Away from a little bit, one of the interesting, not for the paper so much, it's, one of the interesting questions yesterday was, how changes can be made to allow hemp to be a cash crop within the state. I'm sure there are other circles talking about that at length, but just looking for opportunities to sort of diversify a little bit, or other options available. Anything further you guys like to talk to, or to talk about the budget review, or? And for other business, courthouse, committee reports, economic development, thanks, passing something else.
Those sheets I just handed out, that's from, on third judicial, and it's just some statistics about the, women in jail. It's interesting and scary, but it's interesting. Just wanted to give you that so you can,
So this one talking about mental health, that's not just for the women, no, that's for all of those incarcerated, or
the ones that are incarcerated, yeah,
just for the women, or for all?
just women.
Oh.
So I thought you guys might like to look at that. just kind of telling us what's coming down the road. It is.
Next Wednesday is the Mental Health Coalition meeting, and I know Kim from the region has been in contact with hospitals and the private local individual that's interested in seeing some, more suicide awareness and events. Palo Alto has started some events and had some support from the region in doing those, so hoping that they can provide a little insight as to what maybe was effective and helpful, and see what might develop from that.
No, I haven't talked to her yet to see if she's gonna be at that meeting. Is it Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yep, Wednesday the 6th.
I wasn't at the last meeting, but you talked about Compass Point, and they wanted to raise theirs, but we don't even, we're not even at, what was it, $1.25, or was it $1.50 for,
Well, they wanted to go to $1.50.
but we only play, I think it's $1,000, is it?
$250 a quarter.
And then it ended up that they're doing more than we thought. You know, see all the county.
So I don't know.
If we should raise that a little bit or not, I don't know. They, in the beginning, it was $1.25, and then they raised it to $1.50.
Per capita? Not gonna have the first one.
Yes.
Yeah,
What we,
so we pay $1,000, and I think we, actually, according to that, we'll be close to $9,000.
Yeah.
be quite a bit more. I don't know if the guy wanted to raise it just a little bit without going to the $1.50. Maybe 2,000 or something like that.
It was kind of unanimous. I missed last meeting, but they talked about it 2 weeks ago,
Right.
and so, something in mind.
I can see raising it more. See what you guys think first.
We got a meeting next Wednesday.
See what you guys think for a number, what we should go to.
What were we paying?
$1,000.
$1,000.
We do $250 a quarter.
You know, I think we should probably go a little more than that. Just my opinion, but.
Well, if you want to go to 75 cents, that'd be about 4,500. I don't know if you want to raise it that much or not.
Pretty good program.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, granted, we don't have a full-time office in our county.
But we're not paying full-time prices either.
No.
So,
So,
if you're comfortable with that, I can.
what do you think?
1,064 is what that spreadsheet that you sent to our guys.
What do you think, guys?
I guess I don't know, take your recommendation. Most of the entities that do an asking, we generally haven't fully met those.
I don't.
That's not to say that I think we should stick with 1,000 that we're at either.
We're like at 10th, aren't we?
Yeah.
Approximately, something like that. What do you think, Ed? Did you hear all this?
Yeah, I think I got most of it. The way they explained it to me is most of our neighbors are Compass Point are all picking up stuff right now, and
They're at $1, you said?
yeah, they're all paying $1 a head right now. And that was, they wanted an increase to $1.50, but
Yep.
we're not even paying $1 a head, so.
No.
I'm okay with 75 cents or $1, whatever.
You think 75 cents is fair? Or go to a flat $3,000 or not, whatever, based on what you think.
75 cents comes to what?
4,500.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not doing the math, but. Jason?
45, 48 would be 75 cents, yeah. I guess wrestling with how we're receiving less services or harmed, you know, in a way, more than our neighbors. If they're at $1, then that's why we would want to be less. Yes, I'd love to have an office, and I understand the importance of that, and great, but the services are still available, and I think they would do what they need to do to.
And I didn't realize they went into the schools, and my wife said yes, they do, so I didn't even realize that.
Unless we
And
get,
I think I sent you guys all the stuff that Councilman Point sent me.
Yeah, you sent me that, and then I asked my wife about it, she says, oh, yeah, she said, so. They do go into the schools.
back over that 3,000.
Oh, this spot was at 6,000, what did you say?
6,064 that we have for the use for mental health.
150 cents a week, 3,032. Go up to flat 3,000, what do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Did I do that right, Jason?
I would have a hard time going below 75 cents if everyone else is at $1, but if we're really considering what we think they do for us and our worth, we don't think we need to be at the same as what other people that are in other counties are involved at, then.
Well, my thoughts on that were just,
Yeah,
if we think we're getting half the service, then half of what everybody else is paying, that's my thought.
That'd be 75 cents.
Well, but no, they're not all paying them, they're asking for a fucking pay.
Oh, okay.
They were at $1.
You need a motion for that or anything, or what do we need? I would suggest $3,000, that's my suggestion.
I think you guys can live with that.
I would agree with that.
I would probably go higher, but the 3 is the 5, so they can be plugged in. Ed, do you have a number that?
Or get,
Yeah, I'm good with whatever the crew decides to go with,
you had 4,500 before, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it 75 cents?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that either, Jason, whatever you guys think.
Let's do the 45.
Okay, I'm okay with that too.
Okay. I'll make those changes.
Based on 75 cents per office. I appreciate that. I think we're really looking at what they're providing, and that is probably.
I think they kind of look at Leroy and I and go, you guys pay what?
It's been 1,000 for a long time.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh,
And
everybody's hard up for money.
Yeah.
And collections is the big thing.
It is.
see, like Tyler Reck, he's working there now.
Who's that?
Tyler Reck,
All right.
yeah, he's a counselor over there. Spencer.
We have a new CFO at Wrights. I don't know what that girl did, but she's got them all up to date. I don't know if she went out with Billy Club or what. But she got the questions. There's nothing over 60 days anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, picked the right person.
So, did we need to take any action on that mental health request for that $15?
I guess I would say only if we're gonna do something different.
But it's gonna fall on whatever the recommendation was, we don't have to do anything with it.
Right, the region's tried to make the attempt to keep that levy equity amongst all the counties, so once they've identified what levy or per capita rate they wanna use to establish that, if we go along with it, it's just part of the budget discussion and oversight, I guess. If you wanna formally approve it, that's not gonna be problematic, but I guess to me, if we wanna do something different is where I would say it'd be good to have action.
You guys, just follow up on that, I just wrote it up on.
The only other thing is, if you guys would consider today, if you're comfortable with the recorder's budget, in the past I've asked that as a group with me abstaining, you get approval of that individual portion of the budget, so that when I vote on the overall budget, that was approved separately. We could do that at a later date, a public hearing, or that one wasn't of issue.
The only thing that changed was wages, wasn't it? I remember that.
Pretty much, not much, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I think there was much of a change.
I'll make all the printouts and for the next meeting and we'll probably update them.
Do we need to talk about, besides that, go ahead, let's finish this, and we'll just have to call back to this conservation law anymore, or not?
No, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
It went down, actually, so it went down.
But,
Oh, wait a minute, no, we got the wrong, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one. It went up to about 3,000.
And that was probably just for raises and insurance,
The health insurance had raised.
so you want us to make a motion on that separate, Jason?
Yeah, I would just abstain on any vote to give that departmental review approval.
I'd make a motion to approve it.
I support that.
We have motion by Mr. Schulte, support from Mr. Helmers to approve the departmental review of the recorder's office. Further discussion or anything about that? All those in favor, signify with aye. All those opposed, same sign. And I will abstain from that vote. Thank you, gentlemen. You mentioned conservation, Jerry?
Yeah, it was just about 30% increase in budget from last year, I understand, and replace the vehicle and some other things. I'm not so sure, I'm not even sure how that works, maybe it could come out of the land acquisition fund. They were gonna put a $25,000 toilet in Shivani's home or something. I wasn't sure if that was, I'm not sure how that works.
Can that come out of that acquisition?
I don't know if it can, there's only certain things that can come out of that, I don't know if that's, the toilet probably can, I don't know about a vehicle.
Right.
Maybe we'll,
Yeah, and that was what I was,
maybe we'll shut the toilet out of there. 'Cause yeah, that was kind of an expensive toilet.
yeah, for Shivani's farm.
Yeah.
I know it gets used, but I'm not sure. You know, you're talking, what, 4 or 5 months of the year, probably max.
I wish they'd
If they wanted to do that.
I wish they'd do a North Iowa cheap.
Personally, I think it needs to be there first, but,
I see cars there fairly
Yeah.
regular.
yes.
But that was gross.
Did he have it coming out of general basic for that, or did he have it out of?
Yeah, it's just maintenance and operations,
Yes.
basic. There is a land acquisition, land and development line. There's one, you know, I guess I can see the argument being made that if there's not one there, then it falls in development. Once there's one there, then you're maintaining and it doesn't apply. I don't know the specifics of it, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be worth asking them,
Yeah.
saying that they couldn't slide to that
Well,
one.
that's actually, I did, at the meeting.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, if we could get that slid into there, I think that'd be
Yeah.
good.
He has to come to the next board meeting to appoint conservation board members.
Okay.
You could ask him
All
that
right,
maybe.
but I'm not gonna be shocked if it's not, they're saying that it's not.
But it's worth asking.
Yep.
And they actually did talk about a $23,000 dock or something too, so. Not sure. Something to ask them about. I don't have anything else.
anything else, or I think Mike's ready to make a motion to adjourn,
You got it.
and he
So,
does.
I'll second.
Leroy would expect to do that too. I got Mike making a motion and Leroy supporting it. We have.
I got one
adjourn.
today.
Feel free, you're not required by the meeting to do it.
Just have a nice day.
All those in favor of adjournment signify with aye.
Aye.
Alright.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, thanks, gentlemen.
Is that gonna be a quick trip?
Thank you, guys.
Is that gonna be a quick, is that gonna be a quick trip